Good morning, morning musings from the studio. I am in today. It's windy and chilly, but always beautiful. And just thinking about, this tiny little studio life that I love so much. And I have some questions to answer from all of you out there who are connecting with me. And I think I'm going to do a video on pretty much each of those questions. So one of the questions was about the open box M painting palette that I use, the pochette box that I use. Another question is, how do you see something to paint when you're outside when there's so much information? And that's another question that I am answering. In fact, I did a video on that yesterday, and hopefully we'll get that edited today and up and out on this YouTube channel for you. And I have another question about understanding color. He has a pretty strong depth of understanding about the techniques, the various techniques involved in creating his art. And there's some he hasn't reached that same level of understanding with color. So I'm going to also talk about what I think is a great way to go, and if it's helpful, hopefully it will be helpful to you. If you're watching, you know who you are. And another question is, why don't I live closer to the creature comforts on the mainland? which is also a very good question. It has a lot to do with how you perceive your life and the things that you have and don't have, and what you choose to focus on. So I think I'm going to do perhaps a podcast. I'll do something on that as well. It's a very, very good question with a lot of depth and understanding behind it, right? The easy answer is, I wish I lived someplace that had more things to offer in my daily life. And the harder answer is, how can you make where you are the most beautiful place to be on the planet? And it is a choice, and it is a perception. So I've got all these things on my mind, and going to be working through that. So yesterday when I did 3 videos yesterday, filmed it, and so I have a lot of editing to do today, and I was going to start it last night, but I got hooked up with a very, very dear friend of mine who has always been, always, my absolute most amazing best friend on the planet. And she and I hooked up, and just it was amazing. We hadn't actually spoken for years, and it was just incredible how immediately we were right back to where we were, and as we were as children. And it was just amazing. And I had that same experience with another amazing best friend from childhood that I hadn't seen or talked to in a longer span of time. And it was the same thing. The moment I saw her, it was like, whew, this incredible connection. And it amazes me that no matter how long, time can go by, but when there's that connection, there is that connection. And, we could have gone another 30 years and hooked up when we were 80 something. I guess 30 years would be 90 something for me now. And it's just amazing. So I let go. It is, thank you, Corby. It's like you've never been apart. That is absolutely true. It's so true. It really amazes me. So it has me thinking, because I am one of those introspective types, right? As I'm one of those, how does that work? How does that happen? What are the elements that that connect us to certain people? And I don't have an answer at all. But it has me thinking about it. And of course, because everything that I think, I somehow want to also connect to this inner creative channel, to my creativity, and what role, if any, it plays. So if anybody has any thoughts or answers, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on that. Why is it that after, a stretch of 30 years, you can, see that person and just reconnect from like where you were? It's of course, memories and things get hooked up again in our minds, but we grow and change throughout the years. Like if I look at myself as I was back then, I'm definitely not the same person. I have evolved into something else. I'm still me, but I am a different version of me. So what is it? Like you hook up with somebody like that and you immediately latch on to who you were when you were a child or a very young person? Because everything is still there in memory. It's just that my life circumstances and how I live and the things that I have done and things that I have learned and the way that I evolve is quite different from who I was back then. So I guess I don't understand it. And of course that doesn't happen with everyone, right? Some other people you see but my two childhood friends that I was very close to, I am still, apparently, we are still very connected, and I just find that interesting. So those are the thoughts in my head today. So I have a lot of editing to do. I have, hopefully I can get them up in time for the afternoon. It'll be morning in the States, afternoon here. I'm getting better at my video editing, so and I'm not as picky. I'm still nourishing that good enough state, which I'm really happy about, that I have let go of, I guess it would be my ego, to allow good enough, because you have to kind of let go of your ego to allow good enough. So those are the things. And tomorrow I have my online course class, so I'm excited about that. And we're doing water, so I need to go back and work on this painting here, which has got some things that need fixing. Now that I've let it sit and rest, it's amazing if you just let it sit and rest and you come back and you just know, when you detach yourself a little bit from the painting, you just know what needs to be worked on, to be fixed, to be adjusted. And there are minor adjustments, but they will make a big difference. So hopefully I'll be able to do that today as well. So with that, I am going to get into my day and enjoy the process. with a lot of laughter that I had yesterday with my just amazing, beautiful friend. I'm in a beautiful state of mind today. So laughter will do wonders for all of us. So laugh a lot today. Stay positive, glass half full day. Smile even when you don't feel like it. Just kind of keep a little, and things will just work out. They'll just happen. So you might as well enjoy the ride, even when the things that are not as nice happen. You might as well enjoy the ride. We're going to go through it anyways. So those are my thoughts from the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. I am wishing you all a very beautiful day. Be inspired, be creative, and be you. Take care. Well, hello. Oh, hello there. I don't think we've seen each other before, right? I'm not sure that you have been here. Thank you for your little smiley facey thing. Love it. Love it. Hopefully I will have those videos up today. Now I want to sit and talk because I want to sit and talk and hang out. But I do have to go. I've got lots to do. So I will be here again tomorrow, as you know, in this little tiny studio or out in the bigger studio out there, depending on where I am and what I am doing. But I will be chiming in. So have a beautiful day, everyone. Take care.